All right, guys, example number 4 here is a word problem, and the first thing I have to do with word problems is read it. It says, your class is visiting historical landmarks in Chicago. Congratulations. Sounds like fun. Outside the Washington block, which apparently is something in Chicago, you break up into two groups. Group A walks about 800 meters east and 200 meters south to the Chicago building. Group B walks about 600 meters south and 200 meters east to the Rookery building. How far are they from each other to the nearest foot? Well, you know what, guys? I love this kind of stuff. I'm going to definitely want to use a graph like this, right? And you'll notice, guys, this is like a compass rose that I know that you've talked about in history. But this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. And I'm going to say that this is the Washington block. This is the spot where they split up. And Group A walked 800 meters east. So you know what? I'm going to let each one of these count for 100. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. And then 200 meters south, all right? 100, 200. So now they're right here. This apparently is the Chicago building. All right, there we go. That's where Group A is. All right. Now, Group B, they started from the same spot, but they went 600 meters south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 meters south. And then they went 200 meters east. All right. So they're right here to the Rookery building. All right. So here's the Rookery. Rookery building. Okay. And this is Group B. Now the question asks us, how far are they from each other to the nearest, does it say foot? Because it should say meters. It says to the nearest foot, but the other stuff's in meters. Guys, let's change this right now on your notes. Change that to meters. Okay, because now we'll have, they need to be in the same units. Now guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but you can't have people jumping over other folks' fence and that kind of stuff. They're going to get mad. They're going to start yelling. They may even throw things at you. Okay? So we really can't go that direction, right? If we could fly like a bird, we could. That's why we say as the crow flies. That means a straight line between 2 points without fences and that kind of stuff. But we'd actually have to walk this way down the street east and then up this way down the street north, or up the street north. Okay? Now, look at that. It makes a right triangle. That's pretty cool. So this, well, let's see, how far do I have to walk east? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So 600 meters east. And then I need to walk what? 1, 2, 3, 400. 400 meters north. Okay. But we want to know how far are they from each other. Well, we like to call that C. All right. So I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then I'm going to put my parentheses in like this, okay? And I'm going to fill in what I know. I know that A squared is 600, B squared is 400. You could flip-flop those two. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we have the hypotenuse in the right place, which we do. And 600 times 600, let's see, that's 36 with 4 zeros, right, instead of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so 360,000 plus 400 times 400 is 16 with 2 zeros from this one and 2 zeros from the next one. So that's 160,000 is equal to C squared. Now when I add these two together, I'm going to get 520,000 is equal to C squared. But I don't want to know what C squared equals. I want to know the distance as the crow flies from B to A. All right, I want to know what C equals, not C squared. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And it said to the nearest meter. So let me see. What's the square root of 520,000? All right, the square root of 520,000 is 721.1. So that means that it drops down to 721 instead of rounding up. So 721 meters. That's how far the two groups are apart from each other. So if I go back up to my graph, I know that they are 721 meters apart, but I have to walk 1,000 meters to get to them because I can't jump over people's fences.